Welcome to Brain Season 2. David, what is Brain?
Oh, well, it's a beautiful compilation of breakthroughs, risks, alliances, infrastructure, and narratives.
Yes, it is. Here we go. Bonjour. You got your mug. See, now I'm at a deficit.
I still got to bring you your mug.
Yeah, I gotta get the mug.
Maybe later today.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? I'll go and get it. I'm coming over at some point. I'll come and get it. Just remind me, because I will forget.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll see you after the show.
Yes.
When am I going to remind you? This is it. This is why people are here, Joel.
Yeah, I know.
Joel, how is this even being made possible, this second season of ours?
Well, we have a sponsor. And that sponsor happens to be Brain Media Consulting. Brain Media Consulting, if you go to brainmediaconsulting.com, you'll see they offer tools for AI policy building, for doing an AI assessment for your organization, seeing how ready you are to deploy AI in your organization. It happens to be us, but the tools, I think, elevate even beyond what we are, right? They kind of... They help.
I wouldn't say that. I think it would be very helpful. In fact, if you need some help, you can book some consulting time.
That's fair.
And that would be more valuable than the tools.
I think the tools are pretty good though. No, you're right.
They are.
You're right. So yes, Brain Media Consulting is the sponsor, and we're filming, as you can tell. It looks like we're on the same set, but we're not. Dave's at his house, and I'm at my place, and we're going to be able to do this throughout this season. And the hope this season is to do more interviews. So we're going to have a third thing in there at some point. And people,
right.
Maybe there or there.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyways,
So we were off for a little bit. We had some sicknesses, some traveling, some injuries, a whole bunch of stuff.
You got a tattoo?
The big milestone was that I can't show that. But we also just kind of reconfigured the space, like Joel said, so that we can bring content a little bit more consistently, and it's more convenient. But we got through our test period of the first. Well, I think we really were going to do like 12 episodes, and then it turned into like 20.
Yep.
I think we did about 20 of the 12 planned. So went well. We're going to do some more. Please hit subscribe. This was a long preamble. Please, if you're watching for your first time ever or your 21st, hit subscribe so we can join you every week. So some other things that happened while we were off, little things that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Meta bought Moltbook. That was huge. Moltbook, the social network for AI
agents.
OpenAI axed Sora, which we loved Sora, and they said, we're going to pull the plug. Along with that, the $1 billion equity investment from Disney. Poof. Up in smoke.
Yep.
It's funny, like you watch Sora stuff now, and it's like it was so cool when it came out. Nvidia introduced DLSS5, which was AI-powered enhancements of gaming graphics, and everybody hated it.
Yeah.
What did you think? What did you think of that? Just that.
I don't know that it is the right use of AI. The first, I don't know. I'm just like, so much of that is an art director's choice. You know what I mean? That is literally someone going, I want this to look this way, and I will use the instruments in my palette to make this thing look this way. And then Nvidia comes along and goes like, nah, not good enough. Let's make it different.
We don't like their face.
Yeah. Let's redraw everything
Yeah.
the way we intend for it to be. I think that's a bit controlling on the artistic side.
Yeah, I do like it for maybe enhancing shadows and lighting and reflections and physics and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Or even like destructive properties of materials. So if you know that like a tire is supposed to blow, maybe make it, I don't know, maybe make it leak after it's shot. Or
Right.
if you know like a brick wall can come down, maybe like enhance the destructive animations. Like,
Yes.
but yeah, like redrawing somebody's face, not cool.
Yeah, it just feels like it was a poor choice. Like they could have displayed it or used it in other ways.
Yeah, so another one, the U.S. followed through with giving Anthropic the boot. I mean, I guess it's still in progress. It's still a bit of a long process, and OpenAI quickly filled that gap.
Yeah, to everyone's kind of like, what?
Yeah,
There was a collective like, why are you doing that? So anyways.
massive eye roll. ChatGPT's ad network rollout that happened as well. It's still to a limited number of advertisers, and so far the feedback is we want more. So seems to be going well because they're asking for more access to people, and the ability to spend more dollars.
Which they need.
And that's what we missed kind of in the last few weeks while we were injured, sick, and traveling.
Yep.
Now, just came out, I guess it's about 10 days ago now, roughly, if my fingers and toes are working correctly. Cursor released Cursor 3. It was developed under codename Glass. It's a bit of a shift towards a more agentic approach. What it actually looks like is Codex. So when Codex came out, it was like just the ChatGPT window, and it was like, tell me what to build. It's like that, and so all of the coding windows are hidden, your terminal's hidden, all that's hidden by default. Mm-hmm. You can still use Cursor the way you've always used Cursor and loved Cursor, but it's kind of a new way to use it if you'd like. It has parallel agents, so you can run multiple agents simultaneously on different tasks. It does a best of n comparison, so it'll run your requests against a whole bunch of models at once and then pick the best result, and that's kind of cool. It has some autonomous agents, some remote management via an app. Self-hosted cloud agents. So agents can be configured to run entirely within your own infrastructure, so that like code and secrets never leave your environment. Yeah. Oh, they got a marketplace. Tons of apps in the
Cursor
marketplace. Yeah.
Yep.
So I went and plugged in everything it had.
You plugged in everything they had?
Everything. Not everything. Everything that I'm using regularly, but like things like Vercel and Supabase and kind of a whole bunch of bits that I was using before, and it was like, go do this for me because I can't do it. Well, now it's all connected and just works and just does it. I love it.
I'm assuming the marketplace is just like MCP servers that you're just plugging into Cursor. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but I like it. I've been using it so much more for building stuff, and I remember like even just a year ago or even 6 months ago, it's like a year ago is like you'd try to build something, and then you'd say change the button to be blue, and it would be like, I also rebuilt the authentication system, and now it doesn't work. It's like, oh, okay, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
So it's a lot better at kind of staying where it's supposed to, and getting it right, and it's much.
I was so impressed when Cursor came out like over a year ago, probably a year ago, with their like, go back to this checkpoint, because I needed to go back to so many back checkpoints along the way, because it would just like do exactly what you're saying, like it would just decide to make things on its own. Just like, not only, like you said, not only will I do this one thing, but can I do these 12 things without asking you or telling you?
Yeah, it's not about the product you've made, it's about the checkpoints you've made along the way.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the journey that matters, Dave.
Yeah.
And some of the end product matters.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what else came out? Like, so last week we talked about Project Glasswing.
Yes.
And
Anthropic just released, non-released. Anthropic just non-released the most amazing thing. In that it's like if you watch the show on Monday, you'll know this already, but this Project Glasswing is a collaboration between a whole bunch of internet infrastructure companies. Think Microsoft, Apple, the Unix,
Amazon,
World,
Linux.
Amazon, like a whole bunch of different software companies, because they intend to harden software that supports the internet with their new model called Mythos. It's their most advanced model ever, which of course, I keep, like, people keep saying these things and you think like, that's pretty advanced, but they have to say that because otherwise why would they release anything? It needs to be the newest, fastest, best model.
Yeah. There's one saying, I don't remember who I heard say it first, but the AI you're using today is the worst AI you'll ever use.
Again. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Again. Just try to get the quote right. But thanks, you got the idea. It's the worst. You'll never use a worse one again.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? Oh, man, I'm really butchering it. Good thing I didn't try to attribute the quote, eh?
The point you're making stands, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
Regardless of your delivery.
Yeah.
Yes. It's crazy to imagine that there's something better at writing software, at finding bugs, at being fast, it's crazy to think there's something tremendously better. Like, so tremendously better that they were afraid and continue to be afraid to release it to the public. Like, that's pretty big.
Yeah, the sort of tagline, if I can try to not butcher one quote, is that they found thousands of security vulnerabilities across every operating system and every web browser.
Yeah.
And that's when they were like, maybe we won't give this to the world for $20 a month.
Well, I think what we're discovering is that humans are flawed and that software is made by humans, or at least the software made by humans is flawed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, in other news of less interesting models, which all of them are right now, Meta, who's been doing kind of nothing. I'm sorry, they're not doing nothing. They're just not doing exciting things. But Meta launched SAM 3. It's their Segment Anything Model 3. They're also great at naming stuff, and it's kind of an improvement on their vision systems. So more accurate, faster performance, stronger handling of complex scenes and motions, and the end result is just better video modeling. Better at automatic video editing, better for robots learning, better for augmented reality, object interaction, better video creation. It's not available yet. It was, maybe by the time we hit the publish button on this video, it will be. But as of the recording, they've only announced it. But if they follow the pattern, like SAM 2, they released. They're probably going to release SAM 3 into the wild pretty soon.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they also released Meta, just on a roll. They released Meta's Muse Spark. It was a bit of a replacement for Llama. You might have seen it. They were calling it Avocado. So this model was showing up called Avocado. People were like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Yep.
It became Muse Spark. It's been just over 1 year since Llama 4 was released. It was a sort of a lackluster release. They did it on the middle of a Saturday.
Yeah.
People thought like it was maybe like somebody accidentally leaked it and they weren't supposed to, because there was no fanfare around it. They were just like,
right, yeah.
Publish the page on a Saturday. Hey, Bill, did you push the button to publish it? No, I forgot. I'll go and hit it now. Like that's kind of what it felt like. Not to mention
Saturday.
that
Do it.
yeah, it's whatever. Nobody's gonna notice anyways, and they didn't. So nothing really. Yeah, it was not great. I'm going to be talking about a thing called the BS benchmark. It's like low. It's didn't do well on it.
It didn't do well. Which is, by the way, the BS benchmark. Can you explain that a little bit? It's the best of the benchmark.
Well, I'm going to.
Okay.
But not yet. It's in the we have a rundown here, Joel, and I'm gonna get to it. Yeah. I'm not doing. Yeah. Just stay tuned. It's coming up.
I just opened a viral loop for you to close later, Dave.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Stay tuned. You're not gonna want to miss it. So in the last year, they paid $14.3 billion to buy part of Scale AI and hired Alexander Wang. Was that this episode or last? You mentioned him to build a super intelligence lab. They wanted to poach the best researchers from all over, and they got some from AI and OpenAI and DeepMind. Then some of them left. Actually, some of them left, saying it was one of their worst employment experiences they ever had, and removed references to it from LinkedIn.
Wow.
You know about that? So imagine you're hired by Meta's super intelligence lab to work on their AI project, and then you leave and you're like, I don't need that one. I don't need that.
Which is crazy because if they're poaching talent to come to Meta AI, that means that it was at a premium. It's not like you went over there looking for the job. You were literally like incentivized to come and work for them, and you're still removing it from your resume. Wow.
Yeah. Then they kind of recently bought Manus,
which is
3 months ago now.
I think one of the smartest things that they've done of recent, because Manus was already being used to manage their ad platform. There was already a whole bunch of work that Manus had done to automate ad campaigns using the Meta ad platform. So when they bought Manus, it was because they already knew that people were using it that way, and I can say from firsthand knowledge, it is quite impressive on managing ads.
It is a proprietary model as opposed to Llama, which was open. The size we don't know. Training data, they didn't say. How many pre-training tokens, also don't know. They haven't really. It's kind of like Llama, where they released it and they're like, it's out here. It's kind of okay.
Yeah.
They're saying that they're building it as a starting point for personal super intelligence. So combined with like a multi-agent setup like Manus, maybe it's going to work together for that. I asked. So how do you I feel like Meta has this problem where the way you use their product is Facebook.
Yeah.
They renamed the company to Meta.
Yeah.
Started the metaverse, didn't really go well. Really, the product is Facebook. That's kind of how I see it. And then I was like, I wonder if they even have like a meta.ai. So they do. Have you ever gone?
No.
Have you ever been there?
Never.
Okay, so meta.ai is actually their chat interface. Looks like ChatGPT.
Okay.
And it uses Muse Spark. So I had never in my life got to meta.ai.
Yeah.
So I asked meta.ai, or Muse, or however we're calling it, give me the top 3 criticisms of Muse Spark. What are the top criticisms of yourself? It says Meta ecosystem lock-in, social search advantage only works inside of Meta's platforms. So if your audience lives on TikTok, YouTube, or X, yeah. So one of the training points actually that it said was that it used people's their public posts and public data. So I did think that was kind of interesting because like Google has YouTube, And we've talked about, like, why didn't they use, like, all of this YouTube video data to train their video models? Like, I mean, this video would have been so much better. Meta used all of the public data from Facebook, which I thought was quite interesting, but nowhere else. Personality tuning concerns. The emphasis on truth, beauty, and respect, and less moralizing is praised by some and called edgy by others. Some users say it can feel blunt or contrarian on sensitive topics. And then early media guardrails friction. Because it's powerful at image and video with likeness, the safety filters are strict. They're too strict. Joel, they're too strict.
Well,
these media guardrails. So I mean, you can't really win that battle.
Yeah,
that's a hard one.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
I'm going to talk. I think I'm going to talk. I am going to talk about Seed Dance 2, and the video that I made. Its guardrails. One of them was I couldn't use faces.
Yes, this is very interesting.
I don't know. Maybe I just jump there. You want to jump to Seed Dance?
Jump there.
So, ByteDance launched Seed Dance 2. I took my famous video generation test of the baseball players, and I fed in the frames, and it said, no, I can't do that. There's faces in here. You can't do videos from real people's faces. And so I had to blur out all the faces and then put it in. I cannot stop laughing. It did better probably at the first 3 frames.
Yes.
It did better than Morphic was doing and other models. But take a look and see if you can spot the subtle errors that occur in the final 2 scenes.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. So I mean, you wanted to mention too, like this led into a big. There was like some legal issues around deepfakes and I think it was all that noise that happened. Like I was worried Seed Dance was going to get like totally shut down.
Yeah.
And it seems like they found some compromises. Like yes, you can make videos just without
faces. Just
and by
no
the way,
face at all.
Yeah. Friday before last, April 10th, Morphic announced that you can actually use Seed Dance 2 in their processes.
Right. Makes total sense. Like, art sucked. Use this other one we were paying for.
Yeah. Now, so now another part of the meta, so Meta Sam 3 is with robots. And there's a new model from Generalist called the Gen 1 model.
Yeah.
Which most robots, their demos, they work sometimes in constrained environments and not just generally great.
Yeah.
This system is built. It's hardware agnostic. Sits between the eyeballs, the camera, and the grippers. On any piece of hardware, it can see what it's doing, and it was doing things like folding boxes and fixing vacuums. It had a reliability rate of 99%.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Previous good models were like 64.
Yeah.
They have this one video of the robot's grippers opening a wallet and taking some cash out and putting it on a table and then picking up the cash and putting it back in the wallet. And I thought, what a useless thing for a robot to do. Handling cash.
Yeah.
It's never going to handle cash. It was very impressive. It was very impressive that it could do this with the fine pieces of paper. But I thought, it's never going to carry a wallet full of
We actually
bills.
covered that model like back in September on a show. And it was manipulating Lego blocks from a set of a container of Legos. And on their website, they have this fascinating kind of explanation video of how the analysis routine works for a real world physics model for their model. It's it's so impressive because it never it never leaves the routine. Like, it's not like doing things sequentially. It's
Right.
kind of it's
Right.
it's a
constant stream.
Exactly.
As it moves,
It's
reanalyzing it.
and it's constantly making decisions based on new variables entering that stream. It's mind-blowingly cool.
Yeah. Now, where does DoorDash fit in with that? So I'll tell you, DoorDash has drivers all over the place. Recently, they started asking drivers. They added a task where you would go and close the doors on Waymo taxis that have been left open by passengers. Now, any human knows all you got to do is put the car in reverse, hit the gas, hit the brake, the door shuts.
Of course.
Why the Waymo self-driving vehicles haven't figured this out yet, I don't know. Put a little motor on the door. Anyways, they got to hire people. So they've added new tasks for DoorDash people to do. Household chores. Things like load the dishwasher, load the laundry, rake the I don't know, whatever. Little tasks. And they've asked them to record themselves doing it, and that data will then be used for training robots.
Interesting.
Yeah, DoorDash.
DoorDash.
So you can go, it's called
models.
tasks.app. If you want to do all those chores that you never want to do, if you want to do them and record them and get paid a little teeny tiny bit, you could do that.
There you go.
Now, you want me to hit the BS benchmark?
Yes, BS benchmark.
Okay, there's a benchmark.
Because you mentioned it in the last thing.
Oh, I've mentioned it many times.
It's
It's actually not new, but it was created by Peter Steinberger.
Yep.
Familiar name, of course.
OpenClaw fame.
OpenClaw. Moltbot.
Claude.
Many names. Claudebot. There's a lot of names. Anyways, Peter Steinberger, he made this benchmark. It's a bit satirical. It's not about measuring accuracy and reasoning and coding ability. It's got one test: how convincingly a model can generate incorrect or fabricated information.
Yeah.
How much can you get it to just go along with utter nonsense? So we have a graph here. I'm going to show you kind of the top 25, I think, is what I fit into the graph.
Yep.
Yeah, and so green is good. Green means that's the percentage of times that the model pushed back and said, "Hey, you're screwing with me. Stop it." Orange means it partially challenged it, and red means it just went along with it. It's just like, okay, I'll go, whatever you say, boss, I'll just do it. So Claude held 10 of the top 11 spots.
Yeah.
None of those models were specifically fine-tuned for honesty. Quen 3.5397B A17B was also up there. They're also not great at baby models. It did outperform the other Quen versions, but probably because it's big, 397 billion parameters, versus some of the other ones. It's better at detecting uncertainty, recognizing bad premises, and it's a model that asks, "Should I answer this?"
Yep.
That's the one simple thing is like, do I even get involved in this?
Should I even bother with this test?
Yeah, the next 10 versions. There's 2 more versions of Claude, 2 versions of Quen, 4 versions of Grok 420, Nemotron 3 Super 120B A12B X High. Rolls off the tongue. We've actually never covered Nemotron models. Maybe we should. And Kimi 2.5, which we have talked about.
Yep.
Now in the very bottom. Okay, so pretty good. Pretty good results in the top 25. Really, I mean the number 25 is 46% of the time it fought back, and the other more than half of the time it was like, it's plausible. I'll just go along with it. Now in the bottom 10, the worst ones. GPT-4o Mini, no surprise, 2-year-old model. O4 Mini, O4 Mini High. Mistral, large 3 and small 4. Gemma 3, which we have liked for some things, but it didn't do great here. Another Nemotron, the Nemotron Nano, so Quen 3, DeepSeek, and then Ernite, which we also haven't covered before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not a surprise, I think, with the bottom ones. Some of them are pretty small. There's none of the big ones down there.
Yeah.
Those scored between 5% and 2% BS detection. That means 95 to 98% of the time.
It'll just
they're
go
like,
on.
whatever you say, I'm on board.
It's pretty crazy. But like, it's also like, so we're training some models at my startup with my brother, and it's like the issue with small models is that they're still transformers, so they are going to transform. You know what I mean? Like, you're asking them to do something, and if it's not in the data set, they're still modeled to come up with a response. They should not leave, like, part of the
That's
model
right.
is that they can't leave it empty-handed. So smaller models will inherently create more issues because they are the whole paradigm is about transformation of the context window. So small context window, more chance for things to be kind of crazy. Larger context window, well, the majority of the language, if it's within the context window, it won't hallucinate as much because it's not moving outside of the edge of its context window to make any inference. So it's like, it's natural. Smaller models will do this worse, and bigger models will do it better. But it is interesting that some large models are showing themselves in the bottom of this. Like the Mistral Large 3 was so surprising to me that it was at the bottom of this list.
Yeah. Yeah. Smaller is good. Bigger's usually better.
Generally, for this.
If you go on there are filters, so you can look at models that were just released in the last 7 or 30 days instead of all of them. This is everything.
Yeah.
But even if you look at the last 7 days, you still have like one of the Mistral like newer models. It's still at the bottom with like 6%.
Yeah.
One of the new ones. So new, it doesn't necessarily mean better. Newer isn't better. Mistral Small 4 is 119 billion parameters. Don't know why I wrote that down to mention.
Yeah.
Apparently I didn't finish my thought. But anyways, that's the BS the BS benchmark.
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
So definitely go check it out. Yeah.
The OpenAI company that we keep hearing about, they just raised $122 billion. So, like, you know, when we were making fun about the fact that they were raising so much money, that everyone was investing in them, it's not over, as it turns out. There's just so much money going into this business. And they now have a valuation of almost $1 trillion, $852 billion valuation. So they raised from Amazon, they raised from Nvidia, and they raised from SoftBank, each of them contributing $30 billion as entities. That's the largest private fundraise in history.
No.
So yeah, that was kind of mind blowing. And then just this, this last 2026 so far, Q1 of this year has been the number one highest deployed investment dollars by venture capital in the history of the world. $300 billion went into approximately 6,000 startups in the first quarter, up over 150% year over year. So from last year to this year, it's gone. It was $100 billion last year in the first quarter, and it's $300 billion this first quarter of 2026. Kind of mind-blowing. 4 of the 5 largest venture rounds in history were closed in this single quarter, and almost all of that money going to AI companies with AI infrastructure and defense at the top of the list. So pretty mind-blowing.
Wow, a lot of dollars up for grabs.
A lot of dollars up for grabs. So invest in my startup.
Yeah, you should throw that onto the end because there could be somebody that's interested. Recourse.
Yep.
Recourse LM.
Recourse LLM.
LLM.
But let's talk about the Nvidia GTC. They have a technology conference called the GPU Technology Conference that Nvidia puts on every year.
Clever name.
I know. Very creative. Like basically the largest companies in the world, Fortune 500 companies kind of going to this thing. And there was a shift, a notable shift in the AI kind of parlance or the feeling in the conference. It was much more about these massive companies showing their work with AI rather than Nvidia using the stage to show what was possible with AI. So it kind of transitioned from you should use a product that does these things to like, here's all the different companies, all these massive entities showing their work and how AI is changing their businesses. So it was a massive positioning change, and I think it's because the industry needed it. Like for so long, I think what we're experiencing is we're still experiencing this kind of I guess I would call it a floor where the top end of business and infrastructure and organizations, so think governments and large organizations, those enterprise level organizations, they see the value of AI, they're trying to understand it, but deployments are still hard. They're still having difficulty getting people to adopt it, getting people to learn it. So all of that deployment side is not keeping up with the influence side of the marketplace. So I think NVIDIA's strategy with GTC this year was we can't just tell people that it's cool. Like we could give examples and demos and stuff that'll show that it's cool, but we can only do that for so long until commerce needs to catch up. So this year commerce was showing how it was catching up to what the demos were from the years past. So I think that's a pretty significant change, and I think we'll continue to see that. We're feeling it. You know what I mean? Like we're starting to see the thousands of people who are doing interesting things and deploying new tools and changing their businesses because of it. So yeah,
right. Yeah, and along the lines of AI adoption, we did a great video on that that you can find in our past videos, or we may be able to link it in a thing somewhere on why we think that AI adoption is going slower than anticipated. And we've got some good tips, and we've got some good tools on our site. So make sure you check out brainmediaconsulting.com and get started with rolling out AI effectively into your organization. I think that's it for me.
I think that's it for me as well. I mean, I have a few more things, but we've gone a little bit long today. I have a time.
It happens all the time. There's just so much happens.
Yes. Thank you, Dave. This is fun.
Yeah. It is. Let's keep doing it.
No, I just mean like the camera thing, me and you and there. Yeah. It's kind of cool. So let's keep doing it.
Yeah. All right, hit subscribe. We'll see you in 2 weeks or next week when everything's changed.
All over again.
Bye.
Bye.